Hi, I'm Anna from Astralladytarot in Amsterdam. Today I'm trimming a deck, and I'm going to show you how I do it. It's about time. I love my vintage white box greenie, but I'm not going to trim this one. Scared there for a sec? Are you kidding me? I can't trim this one. This is the one with the cool green tint, and then also the circles are actually round. This cardstock is great. I know that now. And it has that really nice old feel. They really are very green and sharp nonetheless. I have a problem with it though. After working with it for quite a while now, it's just too big and it's heavy and it's just really hard to shuffle. I have big hands for a woman, at least that's what I think, so I can reach around it, you know, and I just shuffle like that. God, they're beautiful. But still, I mean, it kind of like strains my hand. It does. So that's my problem with this one. And then I have this one. And my problem with this one is that the images are too small. We have a store in Amsterdam that has a lot of tarot decks. And I found this one. Now this was a box I'd never seen before. It's printed in Belgium. It's by AGM Urania, actually. And the copyrights are with Ordo Templi Orientis. So there's absolutely no sign of US games. Let's actually see the book. AGM Urania. Yeah. I have read through the book a little bit. I recognize a lot of the explanations, a lot of the meanings for the cards from the Book of Thoth itself. I don't know if that's the case with other booklets for this deck, but I was happy with that. So I might actually find use for this, because usually with little white books, I don't know about you, but as a professional tarot reader, it's just like, meh. Or you read it once if it's different than the standard one. Anyway, the cards look fine, except for the fact it has the copyright of the 1996 A.G. Mueller. Oh yeah, people want to know the ISBN number. Oh, here it is. I really do like this card. I think that's a beautiful box for Thoth. Yeah? The cards look fine. Hope you can see. It's the first time I'm actually in this angle, which means I'm not showing the cards in light. I hope you can see nonetheless. But what I've noticed from all the Thoths that are readily available today, how hard is it to make a circle round? I mean, really. Do you not see it? Did no one notice? Are the dimensions really that off? Are they that hard to make? Let me show you the Wheel of Fortune, or Fortune, it's called in this deck, and rightly so, because it's not a wheel. It's an egg. The Egg of Fortune, okay? I mean, yeah, so apart from that, apart from the circles not being circles, apart from the cardstock being a little bit on the thin side, but it's okay, because this is the version I'm going to trim, by the way. The colors are great. At least, that's what I think. Because what I did, crazy tarot collector, is I also ordered this, also from AGM Urania. It's the gold gilded tarot deck. So this is what you get. And these are the backs. Now they have the same copyright as this box, but the backs look very different because they really made, well, they didn't successfully make a circle round, but apart from that, they changed up the colors a little bit. I guess they tweaked it back to what it's supposed to be a little bit more. And I must say, I don't know if it's due to gilding, No, I actually think the cardstock is a little bit better than this one. The reason I got this one is because I thought, I had a hunch that it would maybe be that OTO laser photography Thoth, which I don't think it is, because if it is the large version of that German laser Thoth, lasers, then so is this one, because there is really hardly any difference in coloration. Oh, I keep going back and forth like, should I just trim the gold Thoth? Because I don't like gilding, okay? That's not why I got it. I got it because I thought it would be more precise, the lines would be nicer, crisper, but it's the exact same. At least that's how I feel. That's what I think. The moons here are egg-shaped as well, are ovals. There's not one round circle in this deck either. The drawings actually are a little bit smaller than on these cards. This is the gold edition. So that's why I'm thinking, that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking maybe I should just trim the normal AGM Urania Thoth Tarot. Maybe someone would like this, because the whole reason of me having an extra Thoth to work with and not having it be the smaller cards is so that, first of all, I can keep seeing the wonderful artwork of Lady Frida Harris, because that's why I love the big cards. I can actually see everything and they have that magical effect. So it's all about the artwork, and I'm trimming off the keywords because I really want to see how I read the Thoth without thinking of those specific keywords, if that makes sense at all. There is that truer red, slightly more blue red in the gold edition. Do I care? So greeny, normal AGM Mueller as far as I know, and the gold edition. Here is 3 of the same card, which is kind of crazy. You can see, hopefully, that this card, this artwork, is bigger than this artwork on the card, and then this artwork is even smaller. So the artwork on the cards is getting shorter and shorter and thinner. I've made my decision. I chose the larger artwork, slightly larger artwork, and cards that I feel that I would just simply prefer. Alright, so here we go. First of all, I want to say this. I said in a video last month that this year I was going to get a maximum of 4 new tarot decks, the Elemental Tarot being the first one that I buy this year. The Thoth, tell me, is this the second deck that I buy this year? Because I'm going to return the other one, right? Or sell it if I cannot return it. I'm just not going to keep it. Is this version of the Thoth a new deck? Or is it just another version of a deck that I already have? I don't know. Anyway, it's February, okay, 28th. It's almost March, and I already have the second new deck in my hands. Just that this is what it's like being a tarot enthusiast. Okay, so I hope you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. Now, I usually really like borders. I know, unpopular opinion, but I feel that this deck really does need to be free of these keywords. Vincent Petici actually said in a video of his, I don't remember if it's a recent one or not, but it's true that this deck is a little bit harder to learn simply because, look at this, these are the 4, 5, 7, and 8 of Wands. They are all different, very different. These are supposed to be Wands. These are supposed to be the 8 of Wands, and these are supposed to be the 4 of Wands. Now I think I know this well enough So the whole cool thing about having a paper guide is that, wow, it guides your paper. I got this guillotine trimmer for my tarot decks. That's looking a little close. Well, let's see actually. I'll have to really hold the card. So this is what I've got so far. I knew it wasn't going to cut into the backs. Now, me liking borders, I almost went with the thin border, but no. This deck is going to be borderless. And I actually haven't done that yet, but I trust that every artwork within the card starts at the exact same spot on the card. Let's see actually with some quartz if that's also true. And the majors, I think so. I think we can safely say that the cards are even. You know, we'll see. So this paper guide, this is really not the best paper trimmer you can get at all. This paper guide moves around, this thing moves around, but if I press down, if I press everything down really nicely, this might actually be a little bit too far into it, so I'm going to back it up less than a millimeter. Yeah. Let's see. That is a bit better. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did it. So the trick is, in order to get the best trim, is to trim all the same sides first. So I'm trimming off the right sides first so that I don't have to change up this position. And I'm going really slowly because once I went a little faster, because what was I saying? In the beginning I was doing this, down and up, I kept doing that motion, and then it kind of ripped my cards a little bit. It was like when it went up, so I have to go down slowly and then take out the card, slide it out just like I did. And I have to go slowly because when I trimmed my Druidcraft, I started getting into the routine and then going faster and faster, and I noticed that the cards where I did it fast, they were ripped a little bit as well. So I had to go over those, and luckily they were all fine in the end, but you know, just saying. Oh, alright, so we have our first, see that? That was probably even thinner than the other ones. So I have to go over them. Or I didn't do it right. No, it's the same. Look, I'm not going to be happy with that, so wow, that is not enough. Oops, I'm doing exactly what I said I shouldn't do. I have a feeling the end of this card is not going to be straight. Okay, so I guess it is. I'm going to have to switch it up again. You know, I have to say, the first cut doesn't actually matter. First cut doesn't matter where it is. it's all about the second cut. First cut just has to be straight and on a right angle. And the second cut that you would do on the other side, that one has to be, once you fix this paper guide, you stick to it. So for now, careful with the cards sliding under the paper guide. The right way to use this handle is to just pull it down. Don't put any pressure on it, right or left. Yeah. Okay. So these are all different. Let's see if I can stick to this size now. Hi there, it's the evening. I just came back from work, and actually I had a bite to eat somewhere in the city because I wanted to go to an exhibition with some of my friends, and it turned out it was actually so crowded that it really didn't make much sense to stay. And my friends decided to go out, and I decided to go back home because I felt like it, and also I have a pretty heavy week coming. And then I decided might as well continue this crazy project. So I hope you're okay with continuing this project with a little less light. So this may not be the best spot for a cup of tea. Yeah, so I'm getting a little sliver left, so I'm gonna have to make it a little smaller. Once you set this paper guide, you stick to it, because if you start messing with that, it's not going to be even. There. Come on. It worked. That was like a little too thin to trim properly. Oops, looks like I trimmed the other side. That is smart. That is so smart. See guys, you have to pay attention, because now I have a little teeny tiny sliver of white on this side. Alright, well, it's just the way it is. There, that's better. I think these two I have to clean up with scissors, just because it cut like half of the inside of the card, half of the core, you could say. So I'm not actually taking off any width. Actually, on this side, on the back side, I'm taking off a little bit of width, but not on the front side, because that's already cut. But it didn't go through all the way down to the cards because it was just too small to trim properly. But anyway, I'm going to put them here where the tea did not spill. So these like teeny tiny slivers, not always a great idea. This one though looks really nice, so I'm keeping these two separate without forgetting them. That would be nice. How about here? Oh yeah, and I already decided which color I'm going to edge them. I have these 3 metallic pens. I have gold, silver, and bronze, and I'm going to use the bronze because I think that looks nice with the backs. these cards are going to be small no matter what. I have a feeling. Because God, Thoth sure has a big border. So anyway, repeat this process. And here's another little bit of footage. I started doing the tops of the cards. All of the cards are pretty much equal height, all the artwork. I have determined the shortest card, which I believe was the 10 of Cups. And so everything is trimmed to that size. Hey guys, it's the next day. Having a lazy weekend. This is going to be the first card I trim fully. That is done. I'm going to continue doing the others, leaving this one right here, unless I find another card that's even shorter than this one, and I'll have to go over it. And then I will see you back for the corner rounding and edging. Okay, I think I'm done. As close as it'll get. Near the end, I really started taking off just the thinnest hairs to make the cards as even as possible. Well, first let me show you. It's hard to tell, right? They shuffle. Alright, already shuffled them. Yeah? That's pretty smooth. So I'm satisfied with that. I'm not going to touch them anymore. Must say, in this deck, something happened. I think maybe it's the cardstock that they slide around a little bit. They did slide around more than the other decks that I trimmed this way, which means that I do feel a little bit more of a difference in height. But in width, they are really flush. But in height, I think that is where the small irregularities happened. But it's okay, I'm gonna corner around them now. I have the 5mm, the only one I have. I think it's a good one. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so they would round the corners a little more than the original cards. But hey, if my angles are right, oh yeah, it was better to do it this way. I found. Yeah, that's another trick. I was gonna say, first finish my sentence. If my angles are right, then the corners are all going to be nice. But another trick is that you can see here, this is the first corner that I did this way, and it leaves a little bit of a, oops, it leaves a little bit of a white mark. And then in the back, you don't see any white mark. So the trick is to actually put them in with the backs of the cards towards you, like that, so that you have a little bit of the white on the back, but a very smooth front. Wow, they are small. Okay, so I'm going to do that for the whole deck. Last card. I've been doing, if you're about that, I've been putting some intentions in this deck while doing the corner round. it just came naturally, really. I didn't even really think about it. I had 4 words, one for each corner, while I was punching them. And I was thinking in Dutch, and my words were vertrouwen, verbinding, compassie, en saamhorigheid. So I would think vertrouwen, verbinding, compassie, saamhorigheid. Somehow that felt like those 4 words needed to be in this deck. I mean, it's up to you, of course, if you believe in that, but I definitely think that intention matters and is the basis of magic, and it suits this deck, doesn't it? So wait, let me think. The words mean roughly, I will just put it in the screen. It's time to do the last step, which is color in the edges. I knew that these markers really weren't the easiest option for me. Looks like I'm actually going to have to go over it a few times. This is what I got, so this is what I'm using. I have turned the back of the card towards me, and I'm using the side of the pen like that to put color on the edges.